Coming to franchising agreement, franchisee must pay a royalty. He must seek a right to operate specific outlet in a particular location. Must operate as per the terms and conditions laid by franchisor. He must provide financial assistance in both the establishment and construction of store for the development and sale of products or service. He is also responsible to provide training to retailers operating as a franchisee and must allocate budget for sales and promotions. He is liable to maintain franchisee image by ensuring that the outlets are providing the same quality of services and the products which are offered even in different outlets of franchisors. Coming to functioning of franchising, there are certain functioning of franchising. You can say under a franchise, the two parties generally enter into franchisee agreement. This agreement allows the franchisee to use the franchise's brand name and sell its products or services. So after agreement, every franchisee can sell the products and services towards the customers. The franchisee may sell these products and services by operating as a branch of the parent company. So whatever the products or services are being sold, it is based on parent company. It may even use franchising rights by selling these products under its own business venture. Coming to features of franchising. Firstly, under a franchising agreement, the franchisor grants permission to the franchise use its intellectual properties like patents and trademarks. I can say that intellectual properties are in the hands of the franchisee to have its patents and trademarks. Secondly, the franchise in return pays a fee, that is royalty, to the franchisor and may even have to share a part of its profits. Finally, both parties in a franchise sign a franchising agreement. This agreement is basically a contract that states terms and conditions applicable with respect to the franchise. Next, coming to advantages and disadvantages of franchising. Advantages of franchisors. Firstly, franchising is a great way to expand a business without incurring additional cost on expansion. This is because all expenses of selling are borne by the franchisee. Whatever the expenses are there to incur the business has to be borne by the franchise. This further also helps in building a brand name, increasing goodwill and reaching more customers. So I can say that saturation of market can be easily done with the franchising. Next, coming to advantages to franchisees. A franchisee can use franchising to start a business on a pre-established brand name of the franchisor. Furthermore, the franchise also does not need to spend money on training and assistance because the franchisor provides this facility. So almost all the franchisor has to provide the facility of training to assist how to cope up with the business formulas. Another advantage is that sometimes a franchisee may get exclusively rights to sell the franchise's product within an area. Franchisee will get to know business techniques and trade secrets of brands. To rivals. Franchising also involves ongoing cost for providing maintenance, assistance, and training on the franchisor. Benefits of franchising. Capital is the most important benefit for franchising. The franchisor's capital requirements will be lower because the franchisee provide the capital to open each franchised outlet. Motivated and effective management. The local management of each franchised unit will be highly motivated and very effective. They treat the franchise units as their own, and that will usually lead to higher sales and profits levels. Fewer employees. The number of employees which a franchisor needs to operate a franchise network is much smaller than they would need to run a network of a company-owned units. Next, coming to speed of growth. The franchise network can grow as fast as the franchisors can develop its infrastructure to recruit, train, and support its franchises. Reduce involvement in day-to-day operations. The franchisor will not be involved in day-to-day operations of each franchised outlet. So franchises will not have concentrative to day-to-day operations of franchises. Limited risk and liability. The franchisor will not risk its capital and will not have to sign lease agreements, employment agreements, etc. Increasing brand loyalty. Leveraging of the assets of franchisees helps franchises grow their market share and brand equity more quickly and effectively. Advertising and promotion. Franchises will reach the target customer more effectively through cooperative advertising and promotion initiatives. Customer loyalty. Franchises use the power of franchising as a system to build customer loyalty to attract more customers and to keep them. It is a retention, I can say. Types of franchising. The first one is product franchising. This is the earliest type of franchising. Under this, dealers were given right to distribute goods for a manufacturer. For this right, the dealer pays a fee for the right to sell the trademarked goods of the producer. Next, coming to manufacturing franchising. Under this arrangement, the franchisor gives the dealer the exclusively right to produce, distribute the product in a particular area. This type of franchising is commonly used forms. Business format franchising. This is a recent type of franchising and is the most popular one at present. This type of that most people today mean when they use the term franchising. Thank you. Kindly subscribe my channel Dr. C.S. Jayanti Prasad. We will look forward some more topics in retail management in next sessions. Thank you.